This is a simple hydroponic system. This is about the simplest hydroponic system you can make, and it works just as well as basically any other hydroponic system that you might spend way too much on. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and it's very easy. You need a bucket like you see here. This is just a 2-gallon pail. If you're just growing basil or herbs, you could get little quart pails. It would be perfectly fine, or use the 2-gallon pails like this, but drill more holes in the lid like you see here. I have 5 holes drilled in the lid. If I was just gonna grow herbs in this, I'd probably have at least another hole, maybe several more holes, depending on what type of herbs I was growing. So what you do, take your bucket's lid, like you see here, and you're going to drill holes in it. But first you're going to space it out how you want it. So I evenly spaced 5 holes. I could have put another hole in the middle, but I think I'm going to ultimately use lettuce for this, and I think that would crowd out the middle hole too much. So I think this is a good spacing for Bib lettuce, which is what I'm going to, right now I have other things growing, and I have 5 different plants, and I'm experimenting with a couple of different hydroponic solutions, one of which is the world's only organic hydroponic solution. So I use a tool like this, and I put it in a drill like that, and where I mark the holes, I just drill the hole. It's pretty easy. I generally go through, I just score this side. I go through so the drill goes through all the way. I score this side with the teeth here, and then I'll end up flipping the lid over and going from this side, and I just find I get less plastic that get stuck in here that way, and I tend to get a cleaner cut. This is 1.25 inches. I think 1 inch probably would have worked a little bit better for the insulation that I used, and that's how I hold the plants in place. So you can see there's the plants, and they're wrapped in pipe insulation. And all you need to do is you just take your pipe insulation. If you have a knife like this, I have one with a serrated edge, and the serrated edge, like you see there, works real well for cutting off little pieces, maybe 1 inch or so wide. Then what you do, you take your seedlings, which you've germinated in just a regular germination tray, and you'll wrap them in what you see here in the foam insulation. Now, you can see with some of these, I have a paper towel. So, they didn't have roots that were long enough to reach the solution. I was kind of starting them a little on the soon side. And so the paper towel wicks moisture up to where the roots are that couldn't reach. Now they're growing down into the solution, and the paper towel is not really doing anything. So then the other thing you should note is you need air bubblers. So as you saw in here, air bubblers are aerating the water. And I'm going to try not to mess this up, but you can see there's an air bubbler, and note that just above it is a nut, like you screw onto a bolt. And that's to weight the bubbler down so that it stays at the bottom of the pot rather than floating to the top. And I've just used a little manifold like you see there. This unit is from General Hydroponics. They're a good company, make good stuff, so you could feel comfortable buying. You know, they even sell whole hydroponic systems that are real good, you know, but you're going to pay a lot more than just taking a bucket and running some air bubblers to the different buckets that you grow your plants in. So that's how you make the hydroponics system. Then it's a matter of just filling it with good hydroponic solution. You can get those from a number of companies. I think Circadian Crop Sciences has the best stuff. I've developed stuff for some of the major cannabis companies in the country. So I know what I'm doing. I worked at UC Davis for 27 years developing, you know, making hydroponic solutions special for specialty crops and designing the standard solution and used in many other greenhouses there. But you know, there are other materials that are good as well.